Picture paradise turned deadly. Four Seasons Maui, a presidential suite overlooking turquoise waves. A newlywed couple from Manhattan's elite circles should be toasting their new life together. Instead, housekeeping finds the groom's lifeless body shattered on the rocks below their oceanfront balcony. Just days before, their Hamptons wedding lit up New York's social media feeds. Wall Street's golden boy married to perfection, or so his 2.3 million Instagram followers thought. The bride, poised, Ivy League educated, everything a rising finance mogul could want. But luxury suites hide dark secrets, and perfect wives can harbor deadly motives. Who is the real woman behind the designer gown? And what drove her to destroy the man who gave her everything? You're about to find out. Welcome to True Crime Journal HQ. Thanks to all our viewers and subscribers for your support. Stay with us for daily updates on the most shocking true crime stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. James Carter was born in 1985, raised in Manhattan's high society. His father owned prime real estate across the Upper East Side, making the Carter name synonymous with luxury properties in NYC. Growing up in their sprawling Park Avenue penthouse, young James attended Trinity School, where charm and wit flowed effortlessly from his lips. While other rich kids chased fast cars, James had two unique passions. His Nikon camera captured New York's evolution, documenting skyscrapers reshaping the skyline. Weekends with his grandfather at their Adirondacks estate taught him fly fishing, instilling traditional American values. Patience, respect, and honor, his grandfather would say, watching James cast lines into serene lakes. These principles shaped his youth, making him a favorite among NYC's elite families. Teachers praised his humility despite his wealth. At 15, James donated his birthday cash to local homeless shelters, showing the generous spirit that would define his life. Yale called in 2003, where James studied finance while missing NYC's pulse. He photographed the Freedom Tower's rise, capturing history through his lens. His Instagram gained followers craving behind-the-scenes looks at New York's growth. Returning in 2007 with his degree, James joined Carter Properties as a junior partner. His fresh approach revolutionized their marketing. Instead of stuffy Wall Street Journal ads, he showcased properties through stunning photography and social media campaigns. Sales soared. City Harvest caught his philanthropic heart. James hosted charity galas at the Plaza, raising millions for hungry kids. His genuine compassion drew NYC's social elite, making him Manhattan's most eligible bachelor. Have you seen these power couples dominating New York scene? James was that rare mix. Wealthy yet grounded, successful yet charitable. His Friday cocktail parties at the family penthouse became legendary, where CEOs and artists mingled over craft bourbon. Weekend escapes to the Adirondacks offered relief from city stress. His Range Rover led convoys to fishing lodges, preserving old-school traditions. His 2.3 million followers watched, fascinated, as he balanced modern success with classic American roots. By 30, James controlled Tribeca's priciest developments. His Wall Street office overlooked the Hudson, where million-dollar deals closed daily. Wealth never tainted his character. Every Thanksgiving, he opened a Soho community center to distribute meals to working-class families. His Tribeca loft blended minimalist design with vintage American touches. Photography gear filled one room, where he edited dusk shots of the Brooklyn Bridge's glowing traffic. His Instagram made him an unofficial NYC tourism ambassador. The Adirondack Park became his weekend retreat, where he fly-fished in national tournaments, winning competitions across New England. His skills honored the Carter name. Appearances at Chelsea Market drew small crowds. Fans snapped selfies with a charming businessman whose charity work made headlines. James treated everyone equally, CEOs or baristas, with the same respect. His philanthropy grew beyond City Harvest. He funded scholarships at NYU, built community centers in Harlem, and supported hurricane relief efforts. Local papers covered his humanitarian work regularly. Yet, personal happiness eluded him. Despite dating NYC's most stunning socialites, none fully captured his heart. His mother kept setting up meetings with prominent families, hoping her son would settle with the right woman. Sophie Reynolds commanded attention when she entered an advanced corporate finance class at Columbia in 2016. Her tailored blazer framed sharp eyes that seemed to weigh risk and reward in every word. Classmates whispered about her family's hedge fund ties and her knack for predicting market shifts before professors finished their slides. Born into a Connecticut finance dynasty, Sophie understood money like others understood breathing. Her father managed portfolios for Wall Street titans, while her mother hosted exclusive investment brunches for Manhattan's elite women. This background gave Sophie insights into NYC's financial networks most students could only dream of. James noticed her immediately during a group project analyzing Manhattan's real estate bubble. While classmates fumbled basic concepts, Sophie presented complex financial models with flawless precision. Her charm matched her intellect. She listened intently, remembered personal details about peers, and tutored struggling students. Their professor paired them for a project, fate seemingly uniting Manhattan's rising star and its most ambitious finance student. Their first coffee meeting at a Flatiron Cafe stretched into a 5-hour debate about NYC's economic future. James was captivated by Sophie's sharp grasp of global markets and her passion for sustainable real estate. She knew details about his family's properties that impressed even him. Instagram captured their fairy tale romance perfectly. Sunset dinners at Le Bernardin. Helicopter tours over Manhattan. Private yacht parties on the Hudson. Sophie photographed like a model, her posts racking up thousands of likes from followers envying their perfect relationship. Weekend getaways to the Catskills became their ritual. James taught her fly fishing basics, while Sophie shared investment strategies to triple his family's returns. She knew obscure financial regulations and offshore banking tricks that surprised even his father's seasoned partners. Do you believe in fairy tale love stories? Their romance seemed destined for success. James's friends praised his choice. Finally, a woman who matched his intellect and navigated NYC's complex social scene. His mother adored Sophie's polished demeanor and traditional values, while his father respected her sharp business mind. Yet, keen observers noticed something off. Sophie's knowledge of banking systems and international transfers seemed excessive for a grad student. Her phone calls often turned hushed when James approached, and she obsessively checked financial apps during romantic dinners. Their engagement announcement in the New York Post sparked a social media frenzy. Manhattan's elite celebrated another power couple joining their ranks. The Hamptons' engagement party drew 500 guests, including hedge fund moguls and city officials. Wedding planning consumed 8 months of meticulous detail. Sophie insisted on handling finances herself, claiming her Wall Street background made her more efficient than planners. She negotiated vendor contracts, managed guest payments, and coordinated travel for relatives. The Hamptons' wedding was a spectacle. Classic American elegance met modern luxury, creating an unforgettable celebration. Social media influencers clamored for invites, while the Post devoted pages to the event. Have you attended weddings this grand in the Hamptons? 500 guests witnessed what seemed like perfect love. Crystal chandeliers lit up designer gowns worth millions. Jazz bands blended with modern orchestras. Fireworks lit up the Long Island sky. Yet, behind the glamour, Sophie's secretive calls and mysterious financial meetings persisted, patterns that would soon reveal their deadly purpose. 3 weeks before the wedding, Sophie's behavior shifted. Her frequent visits to Wall Street's legal firms raised eyebrows among James's inner circle. She claimed to be finalizing prenups, but why 3 different law firms for a standard contract? James's banking contacts at Goldman Sachs flagged unusual activity on accounts tied to Sophie's family. Large transfers moved between NYC, Zurich, and the Caymans at odd frequencies for wedding planning. When confronted, Sophie brushed it off as investment moves for their future. Friday cocktail parties at the Carter penthouse grew tense. Sophie stepped away often for hushed phone calls, stopping abruptly when James neared. She switched between English, French, and what sounded like German, languages she'd never mentioned knowing fluently. Have you ever had gut feelings about someone close? James's instincts whispered warnings he ignored. His mother voiced concerns during Sunday brunches, saying she measures everything twice, but never shares the recipe. Business associates noticed Sophie probing the Carter portfolio at social events, asking about offshore holdings and inheritance laws with unusual curiosity. When James's father raised this, James defended her as naturally business-minded. NYC's gossip circles buzzed. Prominent families reported calls from lawyers digging into the Carter family's finances, timed perfectly with Sophie's Wall Street visits. Wedding preparations amplified these red flags. Sophie managed all financial details, negotiating contracts with ruthless precision and scrutinizing invoices like a forensic accountant. JFK Airport hummed with excitement as the newlyweds headed for their Maui honeymoon. James's Instagram stories showed champagne toasts in Emirates' first-class lounge, while Sophie posed in designer travel wear, turning heads. Their arrival at Four Seasons Maui was Instagram gold. Sophie documented every moment: sunset cocktails, oceanfront suite views, Hawaiian welcome ceremonies. Her posts earned thousands of likes from NYC followers living vicariously through their luxury getaway. The first 2 days were a dream. Private beach dinners, couples spa treatments, helicopter tours over volcanoes. James's photography captured Sophie against tropical backdrops, dominating their feeds. Where are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments, especially if you visited these Hawaiian resorts and felt this perfect honeymoon vibe. But paradise hid tensions. Resort staff noticed Sophie glued to her laptop while James roamed with his camera. Her secretive calls continued, ending abruptly when he returned. If you're enjoying this content, share it with loved ones to protect them from similar tragedies. Day 3 brought cracks in their paradise. The couple missed a dinner reservation at the resort's signature restaurant without explanation, odd for their punctual habits. Guests reported hearing raised voices from their suite late at night. Arguments echoed across balconies, though words were unclear. Security checked but found the couple calm at the door. James's Instagram posts dropped after day 2, his usual photography stream replaced by reposts of Sophie's content. Friends in NYC commented, asking if all was well. Sophie grew erratic, ordering room service, claiming illness to skip activities, and spending hours alone on the balcony, staring at the rocks below. James began questioning her financial knowledge. How did she know so much about international banking laws? Why did she understand inheritance rules across countries? What he uncovered next changed everything. Maria Lopez, a housekeeping supervisor with 15 years at Four Seasons, knocked on the Carter suite at 9:30 a.m. for routine cleaning. No answer. After 30 minutes, resort policy required a manager. Security Chief John Matthews joined her for a welfare check. Their master key revealed an empty suite, unmade bed, balcony doors wide open. Ocean breezes scattered papers across luxury furniture, while Sophie's designer luggage sat neatly packed. The balcony offered stunning views of volcanic rocks 60 feet below. Matthews spotted something wrong on the jagged coastline. James Carter's body lay motionless, his white resort shirt stark against black lava. Paramedics confirmed death on arrival. Maui police secured the scene. Initial reports suggested an accidental fall during sunrise photography, supported by James's camera near his body. The resort contacted NYC's consulate, knowing the Carter name would draw global attention. News hit Manhattan within hours, shocking Wall Street and sparking sympathy for the widow. Detective Ryan Nakamura, a 20-year Maui police veteran, led the investigation. His experience with resort deaths made him wary of easy answers. The crime scene raised questions. James's camera had no photos from that morning, odd for a photography buff. His phone showed no recent activity, unusual for a daily Instagram poster. Resort security reported no hallway movement during the alleged time frame. Sophie's reaction to her husband's death raised red flags. Instead of a newlywed's expected grief, she showed calm composure that felt rehearsed. "I woke up alone," she told Nakamura. James often took early walks to shoot sunrises. When he didn't return, I thought he was chasing perfect light. Her timeline didn't add up. Security footage showed her leaving the suite at 3:17 a.m., returning at 3:58 a.m. via service elevators, avoiding lobby cameras. When pressed, she claimed restlessness led her to walk the beach for reflection. What would you do if you suspected your spouse? Sophie's precise, guarded answers during interviews struck detectives as calculated. She consulted her phone often, as if reading scripted responses. Staff noted her odd priorities post-discovery. While most widows focused on repatriation, Sophie made hours of financial calls to NYC banks, demanding access to James's accounts for urgent business. Her calls with James's family were cold, focusing on inheritance and asset transfers rather than grief. Have you ever felt betrayed by someone you trusted? The gap between Sophie's public widow act and her private financial moves fueled suspicions that soon proved justified. Nakamura's investigation shifted from accident to homicide within 48 hours. Digital forensics on James's laptop revealed he'd been researching Sophie's background, searches for financial fraud NYC, inheritance law USA, and marriage annulment. Downloaded files showed he'd tracked suspicious banking transactions. Unsent emails to his father questioned Sophie's income sources. Screenshots revealed offshore accounts with millions of unclear origins. Toxicology reports changed everything. Traces of diazepam, unprescribed, were found in James's system. NYC financial investigators uncovered Sophie's past. She'd been fired from a hedge fund for alleged embezzlement, with charges pending when she met James. Phone records showed hundreds of calls to unlisted numbers in Zurich and the Caymans, tied to the transactions James had flagged. The truth would shock Manhattan's elite. Right here, many realize how fragile trust is. If you don't subscribe, you're ignoring warnings. Be honest, drop your reason in the comments. For the rest, hit subscribe before you regret looking away. NYC investigators exposed Sophie's criminal empire. Her former employer, a top hedge fund, fired her for stealing $3.5 million from client accounts, funneled through complex offshore networks. Swiss records showed 17 accounts holding $12 million in stolen funds. The Caymans held another $6 million, all from fraudulent deals. Sophie owed $22 million to international crime groups for money laundering fees. Death threats from Zurich enforcers drove her desperate hunt for wealth. James Carter was the perfect target, rich, trusting, unaware of her past. Can money corrupt completely? Sophie's shift from respected financier to criminal showed how financial pressure erases morals. Her courtship of James was calculated from their Columbia meeting, where she'd researched his family's wealth. Legal documents in her Manhattan apartment revealed she'd studied U.S. inheritance laws, focusing on spousal rights in childless marriages. As James's wife, she'd inherit $50 million in real estate and $25 million in liquid assets. U.S. laws favored surviving spouses in accidental deaths, especially with traditional marriage contracts. Sophie tailored their wedding to maximize her inheritance, insisting on specific legal clauses. Bank records showed her liquidating assets weeks before the wedding, preparing to flee post-honeymoon. Private jet bookings to Zurich, with connections to non-extradition countries, were set for a week after Maui. What drives such desperation? Sophie faced arrest warrants in 3 continents: Swiss money laundering, Cayman fraud, NYC embezzlement. Her network included corrupt Zurich bankers, Hong Kong launderers, and Miami document forgers. Phone records showed hundreds of calls planning her escape, with transfers scheduled post-James's death. The Carter fortune was her only way out of prison, or worse. Her murder plan was chillingly premeditated. She researched diazepam's effects, buying it via darknet with cryptocurrency. The sedative caused drowsiness without immediate lethality, ideal for staging an accidental fall. Security footage showed her leaving the suite at 3:17 a.m. in dark clothing, carrying a bag later found in resort facilities, containing gloves, cleaning supplies, and an empty diazepam vial. James's last evening began with room service dinner, where Sophie spiked his coffee with crushed diazepam. Within 30 minutes, he grew drowsy, enabling her to lure him to the balcony under a pretext. Guests heard James's confused voice. "What did you put in my coffee? followed by Sophie's angry retort about financial probes and NYC investigations. Physical evidence showed James's struggle. Fingerprints on the railing, Sophie's DNA on his sleeve, where she pushed him. Her cover-up included cleaning cups, dumping evidence, and scheduling fake social media posts. Where are you watching from? Drop your location below. Audio analysis captured their final balcony exchange. Witnesses heard James's weak voice. "You poisoned me. Why?" Sophie replied coldly, "Because you couldn't leave it alone." The murder occurred at 3:41 a.m., with James's body hitting the rocks at 3:42 a.m., confirmed by nearby seismic equipment. Defensive wounds showed he fought to hold the railing. His wedding ring carried Sophie's DNA from the struggle. His phone held an unsent text from 3:39 a.m. "She's trying to kill me. I found her stolen money. If I die, investigate Sophie." Manhattan reeled at the news. Wall Street's trust in advisors plummeted. If you're enjoying this, comment, "I'm still here." Let's see who's watching. Maui police arrested Sophie Reynolds on August 15, 2019, for first-degree murder and fraud conspiracy. Her escape plan collapsed when her passport was seized. The trial, 6 months later, drew global media, exposing Manhattan's elite underbelly. Prosecutor Jennifer Walsh presented damning evidence: footage, financial records, toxicology, and witness accounts painting Sophie as a greedy, calculated killer. The defense claimed James took diazepam for anxiety, but this crumbled against her criminal past and months of planning. NYC investigators testified via video, detailing her $3.5 million theft and $22 million debt to crime groups. The jury took 4 hours to convict on all charges. Judge Michael Harrison sentenced her to life without parole, calling her betrayal a shock to the conscience. Sophie showed no remorse, demanding appeals over U.S. inheritance law misunderstandings. Extradition requests from Switzerland, the Caymans, and NYC ensured she'd face further charges if her conviction was overturned. Only $2.3 million of her stolen funds was recovered, with $16 million lost in offshore networks. Manhattan's elite tightened security, hiring investigators to vet staff. The Carter family launched the James Carter Foundation for Financial Crime Awareness, educating wealthy families. Wall Street firms faced sanctions for missing Sophie's scheme, prompting stricter oversight. Social media memorials for James drew thousands. His final Instagram post, a Maui sunset captioned, "Grateful for new beginnings," a haunting reminder of betrayal. NYC churches held prayers for the Carters. Fundraising events supported fraud victims, sparking debates about vetting spouses in elite circles. James's tragedy highlighted red flags: excessive financial knowledge, secretive calls, odd banking activity, and lack of transparency. What signs would you watch for? Experts now urge background checks, monitoring joint accounts, and trusting instincts. How has this changed your view on trust? Manhattan learned love needs verification. Wealth attracts predators, but careful observation catches their traces. The Carter Foundation continues educating families about financial predators posing as partners. James's story ended in tragedy because he missed the signs. Don't make his mistake. If you won't subscribe, tell us why you'd ignore these warnings. Otherwise, hit subscribe. Silence costs more than a click. James Carter's case is one of many threatening NYC's elite. True Crime Journal HQ brings these stories because knowledge protects wealth and awareness saves lives. Manhattan residents, Park Avenue neighbors, and Wall Street leaders, your subscription exposes predators targeting our city's successful families. Every notification could prevent the next tragedy. Have you seen similar cases in NYC or the Northeast? Share your experiences below. Your stories could save a family from Sophie's calculated destruction. Did you spot red flags in your relationships? Comment on warning signs: excessive financial curiosity, secretive calls, unexplained wealth knowledge. Your insights build a defense network against sophisticated criminals. Viewers from Brooklyn to the Bronx, drop your borough below. Let's raise awareness across all 5 boroughs about these financial predators. If James's story hit home, share this video with family, business partners, and friends with wealth. Your share could save a life and fortune. Don't forget to like if this opened your eyes and subscribe for more true crime cases impacting our city. Hit that notification bell. The next story might involve someone you know.